Hey, what's going on YouTube? Chuck with Chicago Mopar. Thanks for visiting the channel if this is your first time, and thanks for returning if you're a subscriber. So been a while since I made a video, been kind of busy with work. It's also been raining the last couple weekends here in Chicago, so not a whole lot going on. I did go to a car show last weekend in Belvedere, Illinois, a big Mopar happening they call it, and that was a good time, but again a little bit of drizzle and rain. So right now getting ready to load the Demon up. We're going to be taking it down to Route 66 tomorrow morning. There's a 4-day event at Route 66 down in Joliet, Illinois, and I think it's I forget all the acronyms, NMRA, but there's a bunch of racing that's going on the next 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday actually, and on Saturday they have what they call the Hemi Shootout. You may have seen this on the Instagram page, where Dodge is actually paying the fees for anybody who registered with their Hemi vehicle to go down and race for the day. So no cost to me. It's kind of a newbie-friendly day. They're going to have a lot of instructors and guides out there helping people, and I'm going to go and see what I can do with the Demon. So it's been a while since I've been on the track. I do have to decide quickly whether or not I'm going to... Right now I've got the car sitting on the stock drag radials that come with it. I have to decide whether or not I'm going to put the Hoosiers on. And then I also just need to decide if I'm going to run the skinnies and if I'm going to do anything from an interior standpoint in terms of, you know, taking seats out. I'm not really sure, but I'd love to get some good times tomorrow. But a little bit, you know, there's been a lot of chatter recently with regards to these Hoosier drag radials, these DR2s I think they're called. And I've got them in my pile of tires that I have here. And so some complaints about those maybe causing some wobble, and that they may even have contributed to the crash that SRT Mush had with his car, but not entirely sure. It could be something else, but anyways, not sure I want to run them. They're certainly better from a traction standpoint than the standard Nittos that come with the car, but so we'll see. I may throw everything in the truck and make a game time decision down there at the track. But we'll be running it tomorrow, so should be a good time. I don't know, it's been a while, like I said, since I ran, so I may not get into the nines like I'm hoping. My last actual run at the track was a 10.01, so I was really close, but that was with no skinnies, and it was with a stripped interior for the most part. I had taken out the back seat and taken out the passenger seat. So car is still stickered up. This is all for a charity rally that we're going to be doing in about 3 weeks from Chicago to Nashville. If you're not familiar with Crown Rally, go check it out. It's for a great cause, for epilepsy awareness, so you should definitely look into that and support that cause if you can. Obviously they played up the 666 theme for the Demon, so looking forward to that. It should be fun, and if you happen to be in the area, check us out tomorrow at Route 66. So now for the big news. So the big news, if you didn't already see it on the Instagram page, is that we've added something to the garage. The 2017 Viper ACR Extreme. So just got this car last week, and then I ended up having some travel, so I did not get to drive the car much. I took it out to a Cars and Coffee last weekend, and it was a little drizzly, a little rainy, so I really didn't get to open the car up and kind of see what it had. But today was a dry day, and I was able to get it out a little bit. And amazing car. It is loud, it is stiff, it is tight, and it is awesome. So everything a race car should be. But let's take a second, let me pull this thing out so you can get a better look. Alright, so there is the car. It is what the seller was calling a cobalt blue color, and that's what they call it at the factory. It's a one-of-one Viper, so it is a custom color. There is no other Viper like this one. I'll do a walk around, but it is an ACR Extreme, so it's got the bigger wing on the back. You'll see the color in some angles is almost like a teal, in other angles it's almost like a B5 blue, but in others it's exactly what they were calling it, a cobalt blue. The car, I bought it off of a guy who had it on eBay for sale. He and I started talking and kind of hit it off, and I made an offer and he pulled it off of eBay, and I bought the vehicle, and had been looking at them for a while, but didn't like some of the other color options I was seeing or the amount of miles that some of them had on them. Wanted a 2017, and ended up finding this one. Thought the guy had taken really good care of it. He seemed to be just as OCD as I was in terms of taking care of things. The car right now, it has, I'll show you the box that he sent me. He kept, I think, every piece of paperwork he had related to the car. He's got great documentation that he sent me of the bill throughout the factory. Right now it's got a temporary splitter on it, so the splitter that's on it, I have now still in a bag the original splitter that goes on the front, and this is essentially an aftermarket splitter that goes on. It's much thicker, and really just to protect it so that you don't abuse it, and so that's what's on there right now. But it's the Extreme, so you can see the little fins on it. It's got the he also had 2 sets of wheels, so he ended up we bartered a little bit. He had the black wheels that came on the car, but he also bought these brass monkeys, this set with a brand new set of tires on it, and I ended up buying this set as well. Had him ship it with these wheels and tires have probably 100 miles on them at this point, so essentially brand new. And then I have the other originals over there in the car. Only thing I've done to it so far is the Chicago Mopar sticker, but everything else you can kind of see is original. I think car's a little, not dirty, but I've got some stuff in here right now. But if you haven't sat in a Viper, it's a pretty tight cockpit. We'll do some videos on that going forward. I'm 6'3" and about 210 pounds. I fit in it, but I'm probably about as much as you could go. If I was an inch taller, I don't think I could fit in this thing, or an inch wider. But an awesome car. Again, drove it today. Acceleration is crazy. You know, it's not as fast as the Demon when it comes to, 0 to 60 and quarter mile, but it is, about 650 horsepower. The guy did do some mods to it. I'll share with you what some of those were in the description. Mostly just bolt-on mods. He did put an exhaust on it, and put a race PCM on it, and a few other things. So we'll open up the, while it's less horsepower, it is, carbon fiber. If you can see here, everything, the hood is carbon fiber, so the car is much lighter than the Demon, but still doesn't quite get it in the 0 to 60 or in the quarter mile, but anything after that it probably would. Because of the big fin, the car is actually limited in its total top speed. I think they say the car can do around 206 or 208, something like that. But with it equipped the way it is, because of the downforce on the car, it actually limits the top speed to, I thought I heard like 180 miles an hour. So at some point we'll probably test that out. Wait for the next half-mile roll racing at the airport and see what we do there. But here's the engine. It's a V10. It's the Lamborghini engine, from what I understand. So it, again, it's an 8.4 liter, 650 horsepower, and we'll be getting it dynoed and see what it can actually do with some of the mods that he put on the car, which I'll show you in a few minutes. But amazing car. I don't know that I'm not sure if and what I'll do to it from a modification standpoint, but we'll see. It's pretty fast the way that it sits. Like all ACRs, it's manual transmission, which is super fun, and driving this car is truly a driver's experience. So here's some of the stuff that I got with it. I haven't even gone through it because I was traveling this week, but the old exhaust that came off, so we got that there. And then these are the tires and wheels that came off of it. So the fronts are the top two, obviously, and then the bottoms are the rear. So they are the ACR factory tires. That's what's on there again. They're the Kumo tires. 355s on the back, and I think they're 295s on the front. So, and then I've got this bag, which has the original splitter, along with a bunch of other aero accessories. And then I've got this entire bag that is full of stuff. So because this is a one-of-one car, there's a lot of stuff that came with it. Some of it's not necessarily custom, obviously, high flow air filters, but different adapters. Here's some of the type of stuff though that you can see. Let me see if I can get this open. So when you build a custom vehicle like this, and he was working directly with the factory, they give you a little jewel box or jewel case for it, and they give you this little model of what the color is going to look like before they ship it to you, so that you have a good feel for what the color is going to look like. I have to see if I can see. So that's the original PCM that came with it, and he swapped that out for a race PCM. Looks like these are all the files, the title and everything is all in there. A lot of the documentation from the build. Here's a box here. Not sure what's in here. Let's check this out. And the guy that I bought it from, super nice guy. You may know him or follow him already. He's got a Instagram page. I'll share it with you here. And yeah, so different pulleys, other stuff that he took off, filters and whatnot. So that's all on here as well. I'll have to go through some of this. See if I have some of the other things that he's got. Should probably be using the knife to do this, but hey. Alright, so pardon the bumpiness. So what do we have in here? So this is the model that he used when he picked out the color. So this is the, let me bring this out in the light so we can see this a little better. So when you pick out a custom color, you go through a process with Dodge. They send you samples and then they mock up and paint this so that you can get some idea what the car is going to look like. And that is it. Pretty cool. And then you get your own Dodge color number. So that's the VIN number, at least the last few of the VIN, and then the specific Dodge color number for this. If I ever have to do any touch-ups. See what else I got in the box here. Bunch of paper. This is loaded up with, I think, a bunch of just miscellaneous parts. Not sure I need to go through that now. A bigger box here as well. Let's see what's in here. So here's another cover. So he had two covers with the car. One of them, I don't necessarily need to take this out, but the original cover that they sent him with the car was actually blue with white stripes. And as you can see, this car does not have white stripes. So he called and complained about that, and they ended up sending him, see if I can open here, they ended up sending him another case, or excuse me, another cover. So he has a blue cover that he sent me as well. So I have two, what is a $900 option from the factory covers, which is great. Get my jacket out of there. So that'll be great for covering it up. And there might be even other stuff in there. And then a bag of miscellaneous pieces and parts and accessories and trim plates and things of that sort. So the the Extreme package, it's got the bigger diffuser on the back as well. I don't know if you can see that in the light. Like I said, the bigger adjustable wing. And then just to show you a couple other things in here. So this is, there's a custom plate on here. The car was made for him, but he gave me the other one that comes with it, where you take this off and it just simply says Viper ACR. So I'll swap that one out at some point. But here's the car. Pretty compact in here. Not much in the way of storage. You can get access to the hatch there, kind of over your shoulder. But otherwise, the car is pretty tight. And some adjustability to the seats, a little bit of up and down, and I haven't even played around in here a whole lot yet, so a lot of it's basic. The nice thing about the hood actually is bubbled up a little bit. You can kind of notice that. They do that so that you can get in there with a helmet on, so we'll try that out before too long. But like I said, I'm 6'3", and I fit in there, at least from a headroom standpoint, I fit in there comfortably. If it was a little heavier, it'd probably be tough to get in there. The adjustable shocks, I don't know if those come on all of them or just the ACR Extremes, but you can come in here and you can adjust the shock dampering right there as well. And I've got a lot to learn about the car. So if you know If you are a Viper expert and you want to leave some advice or suggestions, I welcome that. Please leave a comment below. And otherwise, more videos to come with this car in the future. I would say I don't have a lot of cars, but the ones that I buy, I do try to buy stuff that's obviously fast. Now we've got a Viper, a Trackhawk, a Demon, and then of course our Ram to pull it all around with. But you know, the stuff that I buy here at least is quick and probably has good resale value. I got a good deal on both the Demon as well as the Viper, and you know, no plans to sell either one of these vehicles at this point, but I suspect if and when I do, I'll do okay, and you know, hopefully not lose much money, maybe even break even, or who knows, maybe even make some money on it. So, but not banking on it. If I do, I do. If I don't, I had fun while it lasted. So, all right, that's it. I need to get back to it. I've got to load these cars up for Route 66 tomorrow. Probably make a video of that and some racing down there. Hopefully it's a good time. Hopefully I can put some good times on the scorecard, if you will. And thanks for watching. Again, if you're a first-time watcher, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for future videos. And if you're a return viewer, thanks for visiting the channel again. I really do appreciate you guys. Leave a comment. Let me know where you're from. And if you ever see me out at a show in the Chicagoland area or anywhere else, please stop by and say hi.